Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? We're relaxing as per usual. After I will say I spoke, if you haven't watched it yesterday, I spoke about a D&D story from one of the campaigns, and then two of the other people from the other campaign have messaged me today being like, yeah, watch your Animal Crossing video, what the heck, basically. Which are very fair justified reactions, mind you. Because it is wild. It's probably not even the wildest story a lot of people have had, to be fair, for D&D. Because, I mean, there's some real horror stories at RPG. Like, this is not a horror story. It was just a weird in-universe story. But good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow at 7:55 PM on Friday, March 13th, 2026. Oh, Friday 13th. Who even knew? But yes, what I was going to say is what's going on with Gacha stuff? There's nothing crazy going on with Gacha. I'm still playing through Star Rail Story. I think I'm about 60-70% of the way through right now. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Like I looked at how many parts I were, and there's like 8 or 9 parts, and I was like, what the heck? I'm on like part 6. I was like, it feels like it's been so long already. But that's how Star Rail is, but I'm having a good time. It's so silly. It's so ridiculous. Like, I'm just like, what is going on? What's happening with other stuff? There's nothing really crazy going on with the other games at the moment, I think. Except for Uma Musume had the newest patch recently. Make a new track, aka Track Blazer. Is it? I don't know why they don't call it Trailblazer, but they call it Track Blazer, which is the wildest thing. I prefer this mode so much more than Unity 5 Aoharu. Oh my gosh, it's basically like you're exchanging RNG for just more time, but like Aoharu already was quite like long, so I'm like, okay, you know, I'm fine to spend a little bit longer just to have a less RNG filled experience. So yeah, I'm playing through. I've done about 4 or 5 runs, I think, so far. I'm just remaking my Team Trials Umas, and I basically made I did the first one with Bakshin, and I was like, what? This is so hard. Like, so many of these races I'm meant to do are mile and medium, and she can only do mile. And I did it with Suzuka, and I was like, whoa, this mode is sick. I made a the highest grade superstar, I suppose, Suzuka, and I was like, oh my gosh, this mode is crazy. Anyway, that's enough Uma Musume talk. What should we talk about on that? I don't really know. TBH. Let's find a conversation topic. What's going on? Arshas games. Excuse me. Timberborn 1.0 is available. League of Legends require an age verification from Brazil. Okay. Interesting. Which one's Timberborn? Is this the one where you're like a beaver colony? Yeah, okay. As a colony sim, it does well. Okay. It's unique. You know what? Woodland creatures combined with a city builder? I'll put it on my wish list. It seems interesting. Monster Hunter Stories. Timberborn. Well, okay, let me see how visually it looks as well, because that will be a sort of big part of it. Because I never know if I, like, I stopped playing Enfield, by the way, which is the gacha Factorio. I never really know if these sort of games are my jam or not. These city builders, these large-scale things about efficiency or not. It's hard to say. Anyway, that's not what I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about Music League. The theme of this one is about basically expressing your gender identity. I mean, I'll say it like now. I was going to submit the song ID Smile from Nigo from Project Sakai, but I was like, this would make it like the 3rd Nigo song I've submitted. And also, I don't think that the song even like suits my own identity anymore, I suppose. Because I think, I mean, it's very sort of like, very sort of cutesy, frilly, feminine is probably how I'd describe it, which is, I think, somewhat fair, but at the same time, I'm also like, a lot of it is very, like, uncertain, and melancholic's kind of, but I'm like, I'm not sure if that's really such my gender identity, per se. So I thought I'd do a different one, which I won't say what it is in case you are someone who's part of a music league and want to vote blindly. Which is a motivation because I was like, I want to, you know, I was looking for the rest of them and I was like, I don't know. Like maybe I would put them for Ego Trip, like one of their different songs. I quite like this artist, but there's not really another good time to do so. And the song's very catchy, so I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, let's do something different. Let's not put the third one from this exact band again. Like, that's just too much. But yeah, I'm so tempted. Like, I almost just started singing that song, just out of nowhere. And it would have given the whole game away. I don't know what to talk about, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like Instagram is giving me so many like suggestions of people to follow now. But a lot of them are just like people I follow on different social media platforms. Like I don't follow this person on Instagram, but you know, I already follow them on like Demon Art or Blue Sky or something. Because a lot of them I'm just like, oh, you know, I really like this artist. Like, I really like this artist that's been recommended to me. I click on it and I recognize another one of the arts, and I'm like, oh wait, I literally follow you on a different social media platform. I will say there is this. What was I gonna say? I started speaking and I immediately forgot what I was speaking about. I immediately distracted myself. There's so many great animations, can I say, on Instagram. To the extent where I look at it and be like, whoa, oh my gosh, this art style's sick. It's a Deltarune art. I have no idea what the context is, but that is a cool art style. It's an absolutely fascinating art style. Do you have other social media? Because I don't know. I'm sort of half and half. Do I like using Instagram or not as a medium? Very nice a question. Anyway, what should we actually talk about? Let's talk about, I don't know. Mind you, I don't know at all. Let's talk about, baby, let's talk about you and me. No, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something. I'm actually really struggling to think of anything, mind you. I always get very nervous when I open things on my computer and I see my Windows Explorer sort of freeze. I'm just like, oh no, my computer's dying. But computer parts are so expensive right now, I don't want to have to spend money on them. No, what are we going to talk about? I don't really know. We're going to have our drawing club. In a moment after this, that's why I'm recording now, so then I'll be free to do drawing club. I've got, where's my backlog at now? Because I recorded 3 episodes of For the Porcupine yesterday. Can I just say, I have no idea what on earth is going on in For the Porcupine. Like, but the game has taken a hard swerve into basically like a mystery game or something. Like, I'm not even entirely sure. It's just incredibly random. Where, you know, I was playing and then I was just like, why are we like... I know the entire time this tagline has been about like finding secrets, but I've made many jokes about the fact that I was like, we're not actually really finding secrets anymore in this game. What's going on? And then it's taken a hard swerve, and now I think we might be uncovering a secret or something. And I don't really know what's going on with that. It's very confusing. Okay, so I've got videos recorded up to April, which is not as far forward as I thought it would be, to be honest. I guess Saturday is also quite a big sort of recording day for me, but there's only 2 weeks starting into the 3rd week. So yeah, I'm building up. As I said before, I'm building up because I'm going on holiday in May, and I need to start now building up the backlog, making sure that they're in is, oh my gosh, I have 100 and something messages from my friends on Discord. That is way too many. You ever have that? Because I often miss messages quite a lot because of OBS or streamer mode means that I don't get notifications because it'd be a lot. I mean, I know you just had a notification because I just turned on my drawing tablet. But I'm very much someone who I feel like misses notifications reasonably often. I mean, I put my phone on vibrate, so, but even then, like, when it happens, it's more so that, like, I don't get around to answering them. Not immediately. I will answer them, but that's a different thing, is I will answer them. My question, messages eventually. But it just takes a while. Because a lot of the time I'll see it and then I'll be like, now I need to think about my response and that sort of thing, I'll let it cook. But I'm not the person who dismisses a notification. I just keep my notification there being like, I will answer you eventually. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm going to talk about. Notifications. Missed notifications. Saying that, I did kind of, wait. I did almost miss my, whatchamacallit? My alarm this morning. Because my phone ran out of battery. It was very embarrassing. I was playing Honkai Star Rail, and then I didn't realise I didn't, like, properly turn it off, and then it just sort of, my phone died because it doesn't go to sleep while it's playing a game, like Honkai Star Rail or anything automatically. So then it just ran out of battery. I woke up, thankfully, before my alarm, and I was like, oh, what time is it? And then my phone didn't turn on, and I went, oh. I've also brought back my other phone, revived my other phone, which is basically just my old phone, and I never really used it because the battery is so low and the storage is starting to run out. Oh, interesting. Okay. That is an email notification, which weirdly I got on one of my phones, but not my other phones. Okay, weird. I don't know. But I was using it because of the Uma Musume new mode, and I was like, well, I want to sort of simultaneously play the new Uma Musume mode while also playing Honkai Star Rail. So I was playing both games at once, one on one phone, one on the other phone, which you might say is a little bit insane to hear. And honestly, I can't disagree. I can't even defend myself on that. It isn't kind of insane. But yeah, I'm trying to wonder. I wonder when the last time I like properly missed my alarm is, like to a bad degree. But there has been a time I've slept through my alarm. But it's not been catastrophic. It just meant that I was like, oh, it's okay. That's totally fine. Because a lot of the time I set my alarm quite early, I think, if anything. But I'm trying to think of a time where it's been actually like genuinely bad that I've slept through an alarm or a notification. I'm not sure. It's hard to think of because maybe it didn't affect me as much. Maybe it affected someone else as much, which is obviously not a great thing to say either. But or it's, you know, as it always is, it's difficult to think of an anecdote off the top of your head when you're just sort of vaguely gesticulating. That's not how you use that word. Vaguely talking about something or another. But yeah, I don't know. Part of me is kind of like, I wish OBS, like, I could have notifications on while OBS, but it just didn't make a sound, and I was just aware of it at the same time. But also, I realised, you know, you got to be kind of practical with it. Am I going to respond to a message in the middle of recording a YouTube video? If it's urgent, yes. Then I will. But if it's not urgent, if it can wait 20 minutes, it can wait 20 minutes, you know? That's just how it goes sometimes. But yeah. That's it. And I forgot how useful it was to have... Huh? Strange. I forgot how useful it was to have a second phone, once again, to be able to, you know, interact with things. And basically, as I say, it's basically like having dual monitors for a phone. Which, I'm finding it more and more useful, you know. You know, I'm getting to the stage where I think I'm slowly coming around with, like, doing things like making big purchases on my phone and stuff. Or using my phone. Because there's that joke where it's like it's a super millennial thing or whatever to, basically... you bring out the laptop or the computer if you want to make a big purchase, but you never do it on your phone. But it's a very Zoomer thing to, or Gen Alpha thing to do it on your phone. I'm very much now in the category of doing things on my phone. Almost. Not all the time. I didn't buy plane tickets on my phone. That's a bit much. But other stuff I will. Like, I don't know. I think part of the reason is because, like, banking apps are now all on my phone, and banking apps on a phone are so much more convenient than doing it through browser, where you have to get just like two-factor authentication, which is totally fair and stuff, but it's all like, oh, this is so much effort. You had to get a pin, or you had to remember the exact details. On a phone, at least, you get a nice sort of thumbprint. I mean, it's like, oh, nice. So yeah, I will say, is it kind of strange that maybe one of the highest things, I feel like, I'm trying to think what mobile phone apps give me the most notifications. I wonder if it actually genuinely is my banking apps. Because like, obviously every time I spend something, I have it such that it tells me, hey, you spent this much of this, which you might be like, isn't that tiresome? I'm like, no, because then if there's something where I'm like, I didn't buy that, I'd be like, what the heck's going on? So, yeah. Hopefully, well, that's pretty good. That's why I have it on, because when I don't have it on, when there's a complete silence after buying something, then I get a little bit worried. Not that worried, mind you. Only a little bit worried. You might be like, do you not get more notifications from like your friends and stuff? Actually, that probably is true. I probably do get more WhatsApp notification than my bank notifications. But I don't know, if you did sum total bank plus Google Pay notifications, it probably ends up being more frequent than WhatsApp notifications by itself. Now, WhatsApp plus Discord. Actually, a lot of the time I don't get Discord notifications because I'm on my computer when people are messaging me on Discord, but so only sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder what is the most frequent. There probably is a way to look to be like, oh yeah, this is the most frequent mobile notification you get from this app or something. I say a lot of my games also give me a ridiculous amount of notifications where I'm like, okay, chill out, please. But I'm also like, I'm the one who did it because I wanted to see when I would run out of stamina or something on the game. And I'm like, oh no, the consequences are my own actions. Why'd I do this? But yeah, anyway. Let's do the thumbnail art for this. I can't tell you, by the way, how crazy it is to not have a double clicking issue with a mouse anymore. And how much of like, it's baked into me now to be like, oh, I gotta be careful. My mouse could double click at any moment. I mean, it doesn't. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Anyway, phone notifications, mobile notifications. I guess that's what I'm talking about. I don't really know. Okay, 80. It's a brat green. It's a brat summer. Ding. Yeah. I will say, I do like how now there's two categorizations of notifications, which there didn't used to be. One of like a main notification and one being like silent notifications under its own little sub-banner. I love that. I would love if my notification tray could like just be categorized by like types of notifications much easier. Which maybe kind of flies in the face of the ease of use of it, but I don't know. I think I am the rare overlap of I would appreciate that a lot. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to round this episode up here. What am I talking about? Who knows? So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.